Good morning, goddesses, and welcome to the Sexy Sunrise Show. What we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and get started with our funky tunes to start out in the morning. If you haven't thought about your intention about the woman you want to show up as today, go ahead and think about that while the music is on, and we'll get started right after that. So we're bringing it back to the funky music. So let's check out what we got going on. Here we go. Stop the song. All right, how we doing? Welcome, and good morning. It's Sunday. It's been a long week, you guys. All right, so welcome, goddesses, to the Sexy Sunrise Show. If you've never joined me before, my name is Bianca Adelia. I have been a professional boudoir photographer for about 6 years, and I like to take this time, about 15 to 30 minutes, that's it, every single morning, set an intention for myself, for the type of woman I want to show up as in the day, and just kind of stop any patterns that don't support self-love. I like to get myself ready for the morning, get going, and I just believe when women start showing up for themselves and being in charge of their life, other women see that, and there's this ripple effect happens. There's so many women who inspire me, and so that's what we're doing here. We're waking up our big goddess energy. So good morning. Welcome again to the Sexy Sunrise Show. So my intention for the day today is I want to be a woman who trusts the process, who is really able to put her trust into the universe and really be able to, and in that trusting process, be able to appreciate everything and all circumstances that happen in my life, even the ones that may be considered undesirable. Maybe there's lessons in them. Maybe there's other things going on that's lining up things for my future or directing my path to where I need to be. There's a lot of identity shaking up happening for me lately. So I don't know if that's happening for you, but that's happening for me. Lots of shaking up of identity. So I want to be a woman today who trusts the universe and is still able to live life in a state of happiness. I think I like to share who I am at my core with everybody, and I like to be very transparent and open about it, but I am very much a type of woman who wakes up a lot of days out of the year and my thought process is just kind of like, what's the point? Like, what's the point of like reaching the goals? And it's this kind of like apathetic thing that happens to me, but I think about it a lot. Like, what's the point? What's the point in doing all the things? What's the point? So today I really want to be a woman who trusts the process and allows myself to have faith in the things that are happening around me. So that's my intention for today. If you'd like to share yours in the comment box, that's highly encouraged. You never know who you're inspiring. Literally, I say that. I think I say that every single day, but you do not know who is going to see you standing up in your own power when you're scared and all that stuff. And it's going to be so inspired by it that they make a drastic decision in their life that just uplifts them in ways that you'll never even know about. So if you wanted to share your intention in the comment box, it's highly encouraged. But let's go ahead and pop into our Astro forecast today. This one was a tough one. This one was tough. So let's go ahead and go in there. Boop boop. Astro forecast. Here we are. So today we have the moon is still in Scorpio, but we're going to kind of be transitioning into Sagittarius here in a couple of hours. And we're still in Scorpio season. So the sun is still in Scorpio. We're still getting those deep jabs and that deep thinking kind of feeling. Maybe we're kind of retreating from social interactions and stuff like that. And we're really deep diving into ourselves right now. I use astrology in the personal development field, so I'm going to stay catered around that area. So we're in this deep thinking period in our life, and we've got, I think, 2 or 3 weeks left of it. But we've got the moon in Scorpio right now also transitioning into Sagittarius. And this is super important because yesterday we talked about Aries coming out of retrograde and kind of like throwing these jabs to catch up with itself. And this kind of erratic energy that we've had being stored up, and it's wanting to get out now. So this is important because Sagittarius is our very optimistic sign. Sagittarius is very expansive. Oh, sorry about that. So Sagittarius is very expansive, and what we're going to see is sometimes when we get in this really optimistic state, we tend to take on more than we can handle, and we're just really excited. There's actually a video. Bob Proctor is one of my favorite kind of like spiritual philosophical guides to follow. He's amazing, and he actually has a video about this, and it's called Excitement versus Enthusiasm. I really encourage you to watch it because it's mind-blowing. It's super short. He takes like 3 minutes to dive into it. But basically how this translates into today is when we get really excited and we've got this like big push of optimistic energy, we kind of take on more than we can handle, or we get these unrealistic dreams or expectations of what we want to achieve or what we want to do or what we can be in that particular moment. And then when we don't become that, or we don't fulfill that vision, we get really depressed because we feel let down by ourselves. And self-disappointment is one of the biggest depression triggers of all time. So today's energy is going to be really great. And when I was thinking about this, I kept thinking of like a portal. Like today is going to be kind of like a portal, kind of like tunnel vision, because we've got Jupiter, which is like Sagittarius, and Jupiter is actually Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is ruled by Sagittarius. You guys know what I'm talking about. But they're both like very expansive. Jupiter's the biggest planet in our solar system, and it's actually forming a union with Pallas right now. And Pallas is an asteroid. It's not actually a planet, but it is associated with Athena, who is the goddess of wisdom. And so we see Pallas right now in Capricorn energy, and Capricorn energy is very structured and wants a plan, needs a good foundation. Capricorn likes structure. So with Pallas and Capricorn right now, we're going to see like this wisdom in sequential order, which means that even though we've got this optimistic energy bubbling to the surface with the moon going into Sagittarius, and our emotions are like, we're going to be feeling good. And I am a Sagittarius moon native. So whenever the moon goes into Sagittarius, I just feel so good. But with Pallas and Capricorn, that wisdom in sequential order right now is going to allow us to like have those dreams. It's going to allow us to have the expectations. It's going to allow us to have that particular vision. But with Jupiter forming that union with Pallas, and Pallas being in Capricorn for structure, we're going to get this kind of like really great tunnel vision that's going to take us directly to that vision. And it's going to kind of, I know a lot of times when we have these dreams and stuff and we go to pursue them, we don't know what to pursue first. And so we're kind of doing all these things, and before we know it, we're really burnt out. Or like all these things that we want to address within ourselves and stuff like that. And we don't know where to start. We don't know how to become a better person. We don't know what it is that we need to do to be the woman that we need to be. And so we get burnt out because we start trying to give in every single area of our life because we're trying so desperately to be good enough. That's like the big thing with women is we want to be good enough. We want to have a particular role in our families that's important. We need to know like our place. That's kind of our thing. So with the energy that's lined up right now, you're going to have this really great intuitive knowing of like what it is that you need to do. And it's going to kind of take out all that white noise, if that makes any sense. So this vision that you have, this thing that you want so badly, or this woman that you want to be so badly, today you're going to find that that noise is going to be cut out, and you're going to kind of have this like portal, like this like tunnel vision, so that you're not wasting your energy. And it's the energy is so favorable for these things to be achieved today. So even though we've got Jupiter is in Capricorn, and then we see Pallas in Capricorn also, but with that moon in Sagittarius, that's really going to give us that space that we need to have that the optimistic attitude or mood or emotion that we need. Because for a lot of people, Saturn in Capricorn. I'm sorry, when I said Pallas in Capricorn, I meant Saturn in Capricorn. Yeah, Saturn, for like the structure and stuff like that. For a lot of people, this is amazing because it kind of shows you the foundation. But for me, it really shakes me up because I'm such a big picture type person. Like even if you see the way that I show up online, sometimes it's kind of like sporadic and stuff like that because there's not really a structure. I'm just a bigger picture person, and my husband is kind of like a fine detail tuner upper. So me and him, it works out a lot when I talk about like my business plans and stuff like that with him, because often I will ignore the little steps in between, and I'll just get so frustrated because I'm like, I just want this. And he's like, well, you got to do all this stuff first. And today is actually going to be that really amazing energy that's going to show you those things that you need to do. And with the moon being in Sagittarius and the moon ruling our emotions, we're going to feel like we can do it. So really, really amazing. Let me see. Let me make sure that I'm not missing anything. Yeah, I think that's everything. Like literally, if you start going into astrology, there's so many things that you can talk about. This could easily turn into an hour-and-a-half conversation, but I like to just keep it to the highlights, keep it short and simple. I'm a very like to the point type person. I don't like to waste anybody's time. So that is what's going on today. If there's something that you're trying to do today, the energy is going to be so supportive to show you like the priorities and how to get there, and you'll have the optimistic moods and emotions and stuff going on that's going to give you the space to believe that you can actually do it. So really great energy today. Later on tonight, I'm going to be doing the Goddess Circle inside the Goddess Boudoir. So if you wanted to join us there, you're more than welcome. You can check out all the details at thegoddessboudoir.com. And I'm still not booking any virtual boudoir sessions or studio boudoir sessions right now. I'm in the middle of taking a class, and I need to fully immerse myself in things when I'm learning stuff like that. So right now, I'm not booking anything like that. But if you wanted to join the selfie experience with the Goddess Circles each month, that's at thegoddessboudoir.com. And thank you so much for having me every single morning. I do appreciate it more than you know. And I will see you again tomorrow, bright and early, Monday, 10:15 a.m. Central Time, for our next Sexy Sunrise show. All right, goddesses, bye, and I hope you have an amazing day and show up as the woman that you dream about.